Hello there, this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars set 75432 V19 Torrent Starfighter. This set comes with 567 pieces, 3 minifigures and has a retail price of £60 or 65 US dollars. This is what the back of the box looks like, just in case anyone was wondering, and with that said, let's get into the minifigures. There are 3 minifigures in this set, being a Phase 1 clone pilot, General Obi-Wan Kenobi, as well as a Sarge Ventress, and we'll look at the clone pilot first. The leg printing and foot printing, while standard, are really good, and his torso is also very good and accurate, especially the breathing apparatus, at least I think it's called that. But yeah, that looks really nice as well. The back printing is just a standard clone back print, but it definitely works here, as he does actually have this, so yeah, it's quite nice. The helmet mould is very nice, but the printing is a bit questionable. First off, the V19 Torrent is a Clone Wars ship, but the visor print is too short, which represents the Attack of the Clones style. To be accurate to the time period, the visor print should go to the edges of the helmet, but hey, at least it's not fully inaccurate. Also, the yellow print at the top is way too short and should run all the way to the ridge here. Also, these small areas either side should be printed grey, by the way. I can understand why they weren't, because it might be a bit difficult, but they definitely should have been printed grey. Underneath this helmet is a regular clone face print, which is nice, but overall this figure looks very nice, but their helmet just needed some improvements. The next minifigure I want to talk about is a Sarge Ventress. The leg printing is okay, but the wrapping print thing should be higher up the leg and the purple shorts should have been shorter. But speaking about the colour purple, why is this minifigure purple? From what I've seen, her outfit is dark blue, not purple, so why did they make her purple? The torso print is nice, and same thing goes with the back print, it's nice as well. I wish that Ventress had arm printing or jaw molded arms to show that, like, the wrapping on her lower half of her arms. Still don't know what it's called, but that's just not here, unfortunately. Her face print looks very good, and I actually don't mind the no pupils eyes. I think they actually fit in quite well here, and the back head printing looks absolutely amazing and was really good to see included. Now, as I've said before, I don't really talk about accessories unless I need to talk about them, and the Sarge Ventress's lightsabers need to be talked about. Their helmets look so good and make her stand out, which is really cool to see here. Overall, this minifigure feels a bit underwhelming, and while it does have some good aspects, it could have been executed so much better. The final minifigure I want to talk about is General Obi-Wan Kenobi. The leg printing looks really good, and while this would have been better dual molded, the printing looks fine, and the torso print is amazing, and same goes with the back print. The arm printing is brilliant and really improves the figure. Just wish we got this on Ventress as well though. General Kenobi has 2 face prints, both are good, and his hairpiece is very accurate, and I definitely saved the best figure to cover last because this minifigure is very nearly perfect and could be the best minifigure of 2025. Now that I'm finally done talking about the minifigures, let's talk about the build. Starting off at the main body, it looks amazing. It's very accurate and a lot of details represented on very well. The engine intake area does look nice, but do be cautious, these are stickers not prints, so be careful while putting them on. The cockpit area looks very nice, especially the yellow windscreen, as it makes the ship pop out more and it's actually accurate as well. But to access the cockpit, all you have to do is easily lift up the windshield and you are greeted with a small area to seat a pilot. He does have to lean back a little bit, but that does look fine anyways, and it could have been way worse. And there's also a nicely detailed control panel, but it is sadly a stickered piece. The back engines do look a bit weird, as they are meant to be cone-shaped, but more technically accurate, frustum-shaped, but they're just cylindrical here. Now, I do agree that it would be hard to get that shape at this size with Lego pieces, but that brings me on to my next point. I think they're a bit too long anyways. Each side wing looks very nice and have some very nice sticker detailing. One cool thing about it is the Republic logo is only on one of the wings, and that is actually accurate. I do think that the wings are a bit thick though, but there is a good reason for it structurally, and I think they also needed to be a bit of layering near the joints, but the joints area themselves also look really nice and smooth, but I just forgot to mention that earlier. The cannon areas look nice, but from what I've seen there should only be 1 cannon, not 2, but they added a stud shooter because playability, am I right? It does work, by the way. The middle wing has some very nice detailing on one side, but then the other side is anti-studded, which just looks a bit off. Also, I think it sticks out the back too much and should probably be a bit closer to the body of the ship, but the little engine and intake are good though. At the moment this ship is in landed mode, but my guess is you may want to put it in flight mode at some point, so to do that you just need to fold down the side wings like this, and then just go to the back wing and detach it, and then reattach it or reclip it onto the underside, and then you've just put it in flight mode like that, very easy. This is just to show you how the middle wing clips on the underside, and this is also how it clips on the back side. It's just very easy, it's just a clip and bar technique. In flight mode, this ship looks so much better in my opinion, because when landed, the wings look too short and they probably need to be like a stud or 2 taller, but in flight mode, they look perfectly scaled. The ship is also very stable. You can basically hold it anywhere reasonable and it won't break off. I say reasonable because places like the cannons and the engines, they will definitely break off if you try and hold it by there. I mean, it's just not stable at all. The underside doesn't look amazing when landed, but in flight mode it looks very nice, and the opposite can be said for the back of the ship, who looks bad in flight mode, but good when landed. Final thing, there's no designated space to store the pilot's blaster. I mean, you could reuse like the change mode clips if you know what I mean, but that doesn't work if you want to change the ship's mode like mid-flight when you've got the pilot in. Overall, this set is quite nice. The minifigures range from best of the year to questionable, but they all pass the good mark in my opinion. The build looks very nice and it does have some bad aspects, but quite a few are easy to overlook. For £60 or $65, this set actually has a nice value, and while getting it on a sale would be better, I wouldn't be mad at someone who got this full price. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this a 7.8 out of 10, just because there are a lot of small things and the purple Venturous needs to be fixed. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this review useful, and thanks for watching.